Good morning, student. Before this period, learn we learn about the sun, the moon, and the earth. We learn the position of the sun from the earth, and when it was nearest to the earth, this position is known as perigee, and when the moon was furthest from the earth, this position was known as apogee. And after that we saw the phases of moon, the waxing of moon, the waning of moon, the full moon day and the new moon day. And why these occurs, why this position took place, we know the reason behind it. Now today we are going to start our next point, eclipse. Our next point is eclipses. Our next point is eclipses. The orbital path of the earth and that of the moon are not in the same plane. The orbital path of the moon and earth are not same. The moon's revolutionary orbit makes an angle of about 5 with that of the earth. Moon's revolutionary orbit makes angle of 5 degree with the earth. As a result, the moon intersects the plane of the earth's orbit twice during one revolution. And due to this, the moon intersects the plane of the earth twice in its revolution. On each new moon day, the lines joining the earth and the sun and the moon makes an angle of 0 degree. On each moon day, the lines which join the earth, the sun and the moon makes angle of 0 degree. Whereas on each full moon day, the angle is of 180 degree. And on the full moon day, this angle means the line which join sun, moon and the earth makes angle of 180 degree. Even so, the sun, the earth and the moon may not be in one straight line in the same planes on every new moon or full moon day. And though the lines join the earth, the moon and the sun makes angle of 0 degree and 180 degree, but after that the moon, the sun and the earth may not be in the straight line in every full moon day or the new moon day. Hence, eclipses do not occur on each new moon or full moon day. This is the reason that due to this reason eclipses do not occur on each moon day or on each full new moon day or full moon day on the earth. See figure 2.4. However, sometimes on a new moon day or a full moon day, the three fall in one same and are in the same plane. But sometimes on a new moon day or on a full moon day, these three means the sun, the earth and the moon may occur in the same line, may fall in the same line. Eclipses occur on such occasions, and when the sun, the moon and the earth are in the same plane, are in the same line, on that day we are able to see the eclipses. Eclipses may be solar or lunar. there are two types of eclipses, solar eclipses or lunar eclipses. Here figure is given to us, angle between the planes of orbit. See figure 2.4. Then our first eclipse is given, solar eclipse. Solar eclipse. First tell me when we are able to see the eclipse. We are able to see the eclipse when the sun, the moon and the earth occurs in the same time, occurs in the same plane. On that day we are able to see the eclipses, and this does not take place on every full moon day or every new moon day. So due to this reason we are not able to see eclipse on every full moon day or new moon day. Our first eclipse is solar eclipse. If the moon is between the sun and the earth, if the moon is between the sun and the earth, the shadow of the moon falls on the earth. If the moon is between sun and earth, means moon is between sun and earth, the shadow of the earth falls on the moon. The shadow of the moon falls on the earth. At such a time, these three elliptical objects are on the same plane and fall in one line. At such a time means when the moon is between the sun and the earth and the shadow of the moon falls on the earth. In such time these celestial objects are on the same plane. They falls on the same plane and fall in one line, and also fall in one line. Hence the place of the earth where the moon shadow falls experiences a solar eclipse. And when this process happens, at that moment the place on the earth where the moon shadow falls, experiences solar eclipse. This shadow is of two types. The central portion of the shadow is darker and the periphery is light. The central portion of the shadow is darker and the periphery is light. In the area of dark shadow on the earth, the sun becomes completely invisible. In the area of dark shadow on the earth, the sun becomes completely invisible. This condition is known as total solar eclipse. And when the shadow on the earth falls dark in the center, this is known as total solar eclipse. However, during the same period, at the places where the shadow is lighter, the sun disks appear partially covered. And at the same time, when some part of the earth receives only the lighter shadow of the sun, the disk appears partially covered. The sun disk appears partially covered. This condition is described as partial solar eclipse, and this condition is called as partial solar eclipse. See figure 2.5. Total solar eclipse is seen in a very limited region of the earth, and the total solar eclipse is seen in a very limited region of the earth. Here a figure is given. See this figure, then you will understand the eclipse clearly. This is the figure of solar eclipse. This is Earth, this is Moon, and this is Sun. Here in these two boxes, the information of solar eclipse and partial eclipse is given. This is the figure of partial eclipse. And this is total eclipse. This is total solar eclipse and this is partial solar eclipse. Here the shadow of the moon, falls on some part of the earth. The shadow of the moon falls on some part of the earth. And this is earth, this is moon, and this is sun. When the earth, the moon and the sun are in the same path and in the same line, the shadow of the moon falls on the earth. The shadow of the moon falls on the earth, and this solar eclipse took place at this moment. And this type of solar eclipse known as partial solar eclipse, and this type of solar eclipse is known as total solar eclipse. I will explain this figure you clearly on the digital board.
The orbital path of the Earth around the Sun and that of the Moon around the Earth are not in the same plane. They make an angle of 5 the plane of the Earth's orbit twice. We already know that on each new moon day, the sun, the earth, and the moon make an angle of 0 degrees, whereas on the full moon day, it is of 180 degrees. But due to inclination between the orbits of the earth and the moon, they may not always come in one straight line and in the same plane on every new moon or full moon day. When on the new moon or full moon day, the sun, the earth, and the moon fall in one straight line and in the same plane, eclipse occurs. Eclipses.
Here in this figure you are seeing that the sun, the moon and the earth are in the same plane line, they falls in the same line, and when this position of the moon and the sun and the earth took place, the eclipses occur.
Can be solar or lunar. Now, let us learn about the concept of eclipse in detail. Solar eclipse. On the new moon day, the moon comes in between the sun and the earth. Due to this, the shadow of the moon falls on the earth. On such occasions, sometimes the sun, the moon, and the earth come in one straight line and also on the same plane. As a result, the place where the moon's shadow falls on the earth experiences the solar eclipse. This shadow is of two types. The shadow of the moon falling on the earth is darker at the central portion and lighter on the periphery. From the region of the earth which comes under the dark shadow, the sun becomes completely invisible. This situation is called total solar eclipse.
Here in this figure you are seeing that the shadow of the moon falls on some part of the earth, and the part on which the shadow of the moon is completely invisible. The part on which the shadow of the moon falls, the sun became completely invisible, and this type of eclipse is known as total solar eclipse.
On the other hand, the region where the shadow is lighter, the sun appears partially covered. This condition is called partial solar eclipse. The maximum duration
And the part of the earth on which the shadow of the moon is partially, on that place the partial solar eclipse occur.
of a total eclipse is 7 minutes and 20 seconds. That is 440 seconds. Similarly, when the moon, while revolving around the earth, comes in front of a star or a planet, that object, when seen from the earth, appears to hide behind the moon. This phenomenon is called occultation. The total solar eclipse is also a kind of occultation. This is because during this time, the solar disk gets completely hidden by the moon. The total solar eclipse is seen in a very limited region, even though the conditions for its occurrence are favorable at many instances of an eclipse. At this time, partial solar eclipse is seen from the areas under the lighter shadow. Sometimes the moon is at the farthest distance from the.
Here we finish some part of our lesson, the total solar eclipse and the partial solar eclipse. In our next period we will learn the next part, and today's homework is read the lesson carefully and draw the diagram of solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse and total solar eclipse. Thank you.